like our intro song?
Yeah. What was that last song?
No. What are you laughing at? Welcome to the coach's office. McMillen just can't stop laughing. Yes. What's so funny?
Nothing. I'm good.
Well, I tried the intro song on the thing on the speaker last time, and it didn't sound very good. So we'll see how this works. If not, I'll have to put it in on the Wii video when I edit it.
My mic on is
Wii video?
Yeah, that means it's on.
Oh,
That's right.
it should be green.
I don't know why it's red. At least Macklin doesn't even have a light. So you guys, hold on. These are so.
Yours is green, right?
Yeah, it is green. It's a nicer mic. Your mic's nicer.
Mine. I didn't realize you got a stand for my mic. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's not. So I have this all free in front of me.
Yeah,
See.
I like it.
All
right.
So you want to hear something kind of funny? So these this music I can add to the Wii video for the podcast, the intro and the outro. The label or the titles or the categories are kind of funny. Like the first category is inspiring, epic, sad,
Epic music.
sad.
music.
Whoever's listening to this right now is just skipping through this.
I know. It's fine. Happy,
You got the plus 10
dark.
seconds on YouTube.
Dark.
This is the best one. Playful,
Playful.
love, angry, relaxing. As I'm looking through this, I'm like, just give me regular stuff. I just scroll way down and finally got to hip hop, pop, and I had to keep going for rock because rock's the easiest one. But I feel like we should have a sponsor. Yeah. So this episode's brought to you by the Kingdom Club.
All right.
Hey, like it.
Okay.
I mean, pay for all our stuff, so they might as well be the sponsor.
Yeah,
so if you're all 5 people that might listen to this, please help out with the Kingdom Club. Hopefully there's more than 5 at some point. But so we just had Thanksgiving, so we'll open up with just some. I just want to know what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is.
Good one.
Mashed potatoes. Hands down.
You know, my kids. I wish they liked mashed potatoes. They don't like mashed potatoes. It's weird.
Good texture too.
It is. They don't. They're not really
I
potato.
didn't
Even
like
French
them for like
fries.
a year
They're not
ago.
big on French fries
Really?
either. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yikes. I was gonna say mashed potatoes is my go-to, but I also like green bean casserole.
Ooh. So I didn't have. You haven't had it.
Texture thing.
No, I've had it. I like green beans, but I don't like when they're in casserole form.
I never knew that was a thing until I got married. Well, not until I met Mandy and had Thanksgiving with her family. I was like, "What is this delicious casserole?
It's so good.
It's so delicious."
So my mom, we call it pineapple casserole.
What is it?
Pineapple casserole.
Pineapple.
And so you do like a can of pineapples, bread, butter, and sugar. And it's like all
Really?
mixed
Sounds
up.
like it sounds
so
like
good.
cobbler.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I feel like I need to have this
so
other pineapple.
So good.
Sounds good.
What'd you say yours was?
I didn't, but corn casserole.
I like.
Okay, corn casserole.
It was like
Really?
it was like street corn casserole. It had peppers.
Street corn.
Ooh.
Yeah, street corn casserole with like peppers and cheese. It was good.
Street
My stepmom makes it. I don't even know
What
what
does that
it is.
mean?
It's good though.
Street corn.
Like street corn, like the stuff you would get from like a taco truck or something.
Okay.
Does that just mean it has like tomatoes and
Yeah, some,
stuff
like,
in
spice.
it?
And-
Spice.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
My favorite, my mother-in-law makes it, and now she made my wife make it, but it's called sweet potato pecan praline casserole.
Oh my goodness.
It's delicious.
I like pecans.
Me
Not a
too.
sweet potato guy.
I don't like sweet potatoes.
It tastes
Sweet.
well, I don't know. It's delicious. It's one of those things that you're eating. It's like, is this a dessert or is it actual supposed to be real food? It's really good. It's one of my favorite
Pecans
things.
desserty.
It's warm, and it's hot. The pecan pralines are like covered in like cinnamon sugar. The pecans are.
Okay.
I just don't like sweet potatoes. I can't.
Yeah,
like
I-
I made.
Well,
a sweet
I'm not-
potato-
I'm not-
I would try it if somebody.
I'm not
if somebody-
Kevin and eating just a
Yeah,
straight
right.
up sweet potato.
That was crazy.
This is
You're
different.
just biting into it. Like
Yeah,
I
he's
made
just-
a sweet
he's just
potato this
chomping on a
year,
sweet
and I just
potato.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's good. I'm like, oh, I didn't eat it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's good.
If somebody told me like didn't say that there were sweet potatoes in it and just said try it, maybe I'd like it. I feel like
I mean,
if I know the ingredients, I'm definitely not eating it.
It literally tastes like a dessert, but whatever. It's delicious. I never had it either until I met my wife. All right. So today's topic is one piece of advice for our seniors. as they leave?
That's tough.
Don't all jump at once.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm kind of closer to that time than the rest of you. You guys are all old.
It's true. That's like 4 years
Yeah, I
ago.
was about to say, I was like 2. Yeah, right.
Are you even graduated yet?
2017. Yeah. Mine would be don't think that you have to have it all figured out right away.
Okay. I know I didn't.
And I definitely didn't either. Like even getting out of college, like I would say even my senior year of college, I definitely didn't have it figured out.
Out of the people in this room, you didn't start up. What did you initially go to college for,
No.
Brad?
Well, I did plan to be an English teacher.
Oh, you did?
But I
Okay.
abandoned that like after the first semester.
Oh,
But
That's funny.
it turned out to be what I ended up with. But I switched a whole bunch of times.
okay.
So kind of technically,
Yeah,
but not really.
but not really. And I know Kenny went and got like business administration degree at first.
I went sports admin for like a year, and then I was like, I feel like that's too specific, so I just went business administrator or sports management. Then I went business administration, just try and get something a little bit more general.
And funny story how Kenny got here is I contacted his friend to coach. And his friend's like, yeah, it's way too much responsibility for me. What do you think about doing it, Kenny? So then me and Kenny talked.
Yeah.
What did you...
I started with athletic training.
Oh,
I did
okay.
that for like a year and a half,
And
and then went straight to.
so really none of us had our stuff figured out.
No, definitely not when I
No.
was 18 too.
No, because I got my degree in business administration first as well, and
Yeah.
that didn't work out. That was...
I'm 24, and I think I just figured it out this like past year.
I mean, it makes me appreciate my job more.
Yeah.
You know, knowing what I could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was working construction before this, and I remember fairly vividly when I was subbing at Rittner, and I enjoyed subbing there, and I coached football there. And it was like rainy and cold, and I look outside and I go, oh, man, I could be standing in mud puddles right now digging, and I'm not.
No,
That sounds miserable.
This is I'm okay. This is better.
Not to take away from that job.
No, we need that.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah, my
No,
stepdad did that all growing up, and I'm like,
It's
I know
hard
I don't wanna
work.
do that for a
Yeah,
living.
It's hard
very
work. So when I think about I could be doing, and they make good money too.
Yeah.
Probably more money than we do. But when I look at that, it makes me appreciate my job for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. McMillen, Brad.
Are you ready?
No.
I'm not either.
Mine would be to take ownership in who you are. And really the biggest thing is to take ownership in your mistakes, because you're going to make mistakes. And usually you dig yourself a bigger hole when you dig your heels in and don't admit that, yeah, I messed up. I do this with my wife sometimes, and it doesn't usually work out very good. But if you just own your mistakes, own what you did, life will be so much easier. If you make a mistake and someone comes at you hot over the mistake, and you immediately go, hey, I'm really sorry, it diffuses that so fast, and that person's no longer angry, and it just allows you to move on from that situation so quickly. So just own it all. Own who you are. Own your successes. Own your mistakes. Because it's all a learning experience. So that's my piece of advice.
All right. I would say the way that you treat people is more important than just about anything else you can do in your life. I mean, I think when I was, graduating high school, late teens, early 20s, like that's the time in your life where everyone's asking you about, what job you're going to do or what your path is in life, or they're going to ask you about your romantic relationship or how's your girlfriend. Sometimes when you're 19, you are on the same track that you'll end up on. And sometimes when you're 19, you're dating the person you'll end up with. But most of the time, those things aren't true. Most of the time, your life is going to take unpredictable turns. And that's okay. Be open to that. instead of putting all of your time and energy into thinking about the things that are going to change, like your job or your major or your girlfriend, try to just think about like being nice to people and trying to be good to the people you see every day, because those are the things that are going to last. Like those are the things that will come back. Like you're going to run into somebody 10 years after you graduate you haven't seen in 10 years, and you're going to be a different person and they're going to be a different person, but you're still going to remember the way that you were 10 years ago. You're going to remember how you treated that person. You're going to remember if you were nice to them or if you were mean to them. Here's the other thing. People change. Like, just to use a silly example, sometimes the girl who wasn't that good looking at high school graduation, sometimes she becomes really good looking, and vice versa. Like you got to think about. I'm trying to use examples that our football players can
understandable
understand,
metaphor
can relate to. Sometimes who somebody is right now isn't who they're going to be in 10 years, 20 years, right?
Yeah,
so you always have to think about like, maybe in 10 years you're the one who's not going to be very good looking. Maybe you're the one who people need to be really nice to, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess I would just think about, instead of getting too caught up in the big picture, like try to think about the people in your life and whether or not you're good to them, because when I was in my teenage years I wasn't always good to the people in my life. I guess that's
and forgive people. That's,
Treat everybody with kindness.
like forgive
No matter
people
who
for
you
maybe
see.
being mean to you 10 years ago. Like don't hold on to that grudge, I would say too. So that might be a problem also.
Absolutely.
Like
Let
people
things
do
go.
grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess mine, I would say, like, that's a hard one because, like, you're 18, but don't grow up, like, too fast. Like, still have fun. You're 18 years old. You're just now graduating. Go have fun in college. Go have fun in your trade school. Go straight to work if you want to do that. Like, don't try to, like, do everything so much by the book right now. Like, just kind of relax a little bit, I would say.
You think that's what our guys need to hear?
And that's why I say it's hard
Relax
for that
a little
one.
bit, have more
It's
fun.
just hard, but I don't want them like, oh, you need to go work right now and go work your forever job right now. Like you might change jobs.
No, you're right.
Like
Yeah.
just because you're working this right now, like some like teachers, they go 3 years in and they quit their job and go find a better job or maybe a worse job. Just
Well,
I don't know.
I agree. I'm teasing you because of who our guys are.
I know.
But that's good advice. I have a lot of students who come to me and they talk about like how many hours they're working.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got your whole life ahead of you. To
Well,
work.
that's advice. Or when someone comes to me and wants to quit the team or whatever, and sometimes the excuse is, "Oh, I want to work."
Get a job.
It's like you're 15 years old, which I understand wanting a job, and it's good to have a job.
Yes, of course.
But you're gonna have your whole life to work.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of the point is like there are things you can do now in your late teens and early 20s in the next few years. There are things you can do now that you will not be able to do in 15 years. You know?
And one of those is trying new things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Don't try to structure your life right now at 18.
No.
Yeah.
like
Try-
if you're
try different things.
Enjoy being
well, for example, you know, go into college or whatever you're doing with trade school with an open mind of, you know, I'm going to go in looking at this area, but I may switch to this, you know, whether it's majors, whether it's whatever trade you're looking into. But try different trades, you know, figure out what you like the best.
Yeah, like I have friends who started out in trade school and they did welding and they loved it. They did that for about 4 years and now they're into construction. Like they got tired of the welding thing, they want to go construction, and they're loving construction right now. Like, just what you're into.
I have one last thing, and that's to be ready for, and Brad kind of talks about it a little bit, but life will throw curveballs. You know, even when you think you have everything figured out, you're going to get a curveball, and don't let it derail you. Lean on the people that you're closest to, whether it's your family, friends, you know, people like us. But life will throw curveballs at you. You'll find out your wife's pregnant with twins, and then you just won't know what to do with yourself. So life, be ready for the curveballs, and you can't always be ready for them. But when they do happen, go to your support system. Know it'll be okay, and don't let it derail you. So, thank you for. I was told by Kenny last time that my ending was too abrupt, although it sounded just fine.
I'm sure it did.
No. So thank you for listening to the Coach's Office. Remember, this episode was brought to you by the Kingdom Club.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I was thinking through the other day, we could, sometimes on those silly talk shows they have nicknames for everybody.
No, gosh.
We do this on air.
We have the doctor. We have the kid.
The kids.
Dad.
Dad. McMillen.
I wasn't sure on you yet. The mountain is actually what
The mountain is good.
You are a monster.
You look like
Especially with the haircut.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening.